So the first thing then is recognizing whether this is a probable moment in time to do it. And this is really the point that we're making. It's recognizing, have I gotten out far enough ahead of it that this is a likely time for me to tap into that? Because if it's not a likely time for me to tap into that, then I'm faking it till I make it, or I'm efforting too much. And in all of that, I'm just making it worse. You see what we're getting at? But if I'm aware of how I feel, and I've been caring about how I feel, and I've been taking baby steps, so to speak, about feeling good, and I found in my pile of sticks some of those surefire sticks that always feel good, so I am getting out ahead of it. You help because your expectation is that something good's going to happen here. It's why you're here. When Esther stands at the podium, it just takes seconds for her to just let go of everything, and her vibration just becomes equivalent to the vibration of us. You saw something that doesn't happen very often, in fact maybe never, where as Esther is let go and is allowing us, she thinks of something, and when she did, she felt the sort of resistance in the energy, because her human thought is resistant to her non-physical thought. Can you sort of get what we're talking about? When Esther allows Abraham to flow purely through her, there's no resistance in that. Sometimes people will say, can I give you a hug? And if it's the last conversation before a segment of refreshment, often we just give into it and allow it to happen. But usually we say, not a good idea, because it's disruptive to Esther's energy. You can see why. So this whole conversation is about understanding my readiness to put my foot on the gas. Yes? And if you're not tuned in, tapped in, turned on, then don't do it.
There's practice which creates ease and flow with it. The more I practice it, the easier it gets. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing it.
So let's talk about why. Expectation changes. That's like with Esther. She would never even fathom walking over here with you all waiting and not being able to reach Abraham. That never enters her mind, because 100% of the time, one time a dog killed a chicken and she couldn't find us. Jerry said, go get Abraham. Esther was too distraught. She couldn't find us. But under these conditions, she has never not been able to reach us, and so she just always does. And so what were you saying?
Through practice, it's easy, and I'm asking if
through practice, but this is the distinction that you're helping us to offer here. Through practice that's in alignment with the laws of the universe. There are a lot of people who practice working hard. There are a lot of people who practice sacrifice. There are a lot of people that practice struggle. And while they get results in relationship to others that are practicing the same sort of struggle, they don't get the success that they really want, which is this sublime bliss that you are describing. So you got to know what you're feeling for, don't you? You got to know that you're feeling for relief, you're feeling for ease, you're feeling for flow, and eventually you're feeling for power. But don't feel for power before you've found ease. Don't try to get the power from the universe until you've eased yourself into knowing that you are up to speed with it. Does that make sense to you? So what was your point? We know you came here to tell us something. We know you came here to demonstrate something, and we know for sure that it's exactly the thing that we're talking about here.
Would you suggest to me to continue easing into bliss and enjoying the F out of it and get out of my own way and just observe what happens through my intentional desire to be happy?
Absolutely, that is our message, and this is why. Through life as you live it, and you can't stop it, life is continuing to come to you as you are offering your vibration. So wherever you are, and it's fine. Wherever you are, you are. So like Esther with the airline, that's where she was. She had no choice but to live it out, because that was her point of attraction, and nothing other than that was going to be her experience. She had no choice. In other words, it is what it is, and what it is being demonstrated to her in the moment. Yes? So in that contrasting experience, knowing what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you're refining all kinds of things. Esther knows she wants a better gate situation. And Esther knows that she intends to listen to her guidance more fully. In other words, all kinds of really rich new intentions were born out of that contrasting experience. So her vortex expanded and source energy is all over it. And her experience is more now than it would have been if she had not had that experience, or more now than if you had not had that mother who has that dysfunction, or more now than if you hadn't lived. In other words, whatever you're living has caused an escalation, an evolution of your vortex. So step 1, step 2, and source is all over that. Now step 3 is you got to find some way of not resisting that. So trying too hard resists that. It makes that bigger. If you keep up the struggle, then you keep asking for more, and the more gets bigger, and you get called in a stronger way. But if you keep living life pretty much the same way and asking for more, and then not adjusting your vibration upward by meditation and bliss and lists of positive aspects and rampages of appreciation and quieting your mind, if you're not doing any of those things that allow your vibration to raise, you're just asking for more and more and more, then you're just increasing the tension on your tug of war, you see, until eventually some really strong desire is born within you that goes something like, I'm just going to give up control because I don't have any actual physical activity. Bang it into place with my words control. And so, yes, that's exactly what we would encourage you to do.
Well, thank you for calling me up here.
Do your best to find the best feeling thought that you can find. But beyond that, we've been talking like this for a long time. You could write the books. You are writing the books. You know about this law of attraction thing. But today we're offering you something with greater definition. And that is the power of non-resisted thought. And it's time for the likes of you to cash in your vibrational chips and start utilizing your power. And you bring to us really good words. Your power is evidenced by your bliss. Your power is evidenced by your ease, by your clarity, not by your struggle and sacrifice. And so we say to all of you, you've lived enough life and put enough in that vortex to keep yourself busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. You don't need to keep struggling in order to goose that up. Oh, you will continue to goose it up. Esther put new stuff in it this weekend. You will continue to goose it up. But now your emphasis, if you're wise as you are, is maybe I ought to just chill and stop the struggle and start trusting myself more and let myself be blessed and expect good things to come to me. And when I have thoughts that are contrary to that, do my best to let them go, or at least not let them get a big foothold right now, and just use the power of my ability to focus myself into thoughts like, I love you, or source loves me, or source loves you, or well-being abounds, or there's goodness everywhere, or look at that rainbow, or look at those flowers, or look at that little dog. Any thought that's of interest, any thought that brings pleasure, any thought of satisfaction. Do you know satisfaction comes from only one place? Having an intention or a desire and moving in the direction of it. That's where satisfaction comes from. If you have a desire and you're moving in opposition to it, you're dissatisfied. But if you have a desire and you're moving in the direction of it, then you feel satisfied. And with just a little bit of awareness of this, you can take those bumps out of your path. You can begin to live in the ease and flow and eventual true power that is yours. This is the energy that creates worlds that is flowing through your focus. But somehow you have assigned yourself a humility that says, I don't really deserve this, that there's power outside of me that I don't possess. And we say, but it shouldn't be that way. There's no power outside of you. It's all being offered to you. It's all being revealed to you. You've just got to realize it. And how do you do that? You be nice to yourself. You do more things that feel good. You do more things that are funny. You spend more time with people that are nice to be with. You spend more time by yourself where you just find something of pleasure to enjoy. You read things that feel good to you while you read them. And you listen to music if it makes you feel good for a moment. You dance if it feels good to you to dance. Good.